Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I harvest my lettuce, and I'm also going to give you a quick tutorial on how I um, wash my produce after I harvest it to help keep away bacteria and debris. So when I'm harvesting my lettuce, I like to have a continuous harvest. So that means I always leave the smaller leaves so they can continue to grow, and I only harvest the outside leaves. So that way I have a harvest each week of the outside leaves, and then the inside leaves can continue to grow each week. So to harvest, I just break it off like this, and I just put it in a container, and I do this for each and every plant. And this is how I do the romaine. So just like this, and as you can see, I'm just taking the bigger leaves, and then these smaller leaves that are still here, I'm just going to leave there so they can continue to grow. So now that I have all of my lettuce harvested, I'm going to go ahead and do my baby Swiss chard. And I do it in the same way. These grow a little bit different. They don't grow in circles. They just kind of grow straight up. But I'm going to harvest the bigger leaves and then leave the smaller leaves to continue to grow. And some of these look like they've had some mites chew on them, but that's okay. It's still safe to eat. There's no bugs on them now. And that's why we treat our lettuce and treat our harvest, so that if there is any bacteria on here, we can get rid of it. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So now that we've harvested our lettuce for the week, we are going to use vinegar and cold water to treat it for bacteria and debris. The acidity in the vinegar will help take care of any bacteria or any mites or anything that we might not be able to see. And then the cold water will help get rid of any dirt or debris that's in there. From a food science perspective, I do have my bachelor's degree in food science. The vinegar does work to help disinfect. And so, depending on how strong it is, obviously, the more you dilute it, the less it's going to work to get rid of bacteria. But it does work, and it will actually help keep your vegetables fresh, because it will help prevent new bacteria from growing. So, the cat's on the counter. So I usually do about a 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then I just top it off with cold water, depending on how much I'm disinfecting. This I'll probably do about 2 cups of cold water, just enough to be able to fill this up. And then I let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes to help get rid of any bacteria or mites or anything that are in there. And then I rinse it with cold water. So let's do that. So I just added cold water to it, and I'm just gonna pour it over. And you don't want to use hot water for this, because even though hot water disinfects things, if you use hot water to clean your vegetables, it will cook the vegetables, and we don't want that. We want them to stay nice and crispy and fresh. So make sure it all gets covered a little bit, and then we're going to wait 5 or 10 minutes, and I will see you then. So I've waited about 5 or 6 minutes. It doesn't have to be an exact time. And now I'm just going to drain all the water off of here. And then just to make sure that there's no more debris or anything in here, I'm going to rinse it again with cold water. And tap water is fine. You don't have to use ice water. Ice can actually damage the lettuce if it's too cold. So cold tap water is just fine for both steps in this. You just rinse it off, and this will get rid of any vinegar that's on there too, so you don't have to worry about a vinegar taste. You just rinse it, make sure it's all good, and then you just drain it off again, and that'll get rid of any debris and any little bacteria or buggies that might be in there. And now it's good to go. And if you want, you can put it through a lettuce spinner to get rid of the excess water. I usually just take it just like this and just put it right in the refrigerator. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found that these tips were helpful. I'm going to also be transplanting some tomatoes later, so I might make a video for that too. Please subscribe, and I'll see you for our garden tour later this week. Bye.